Hey guys, Ryan Kearns here. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about Lyme disease and mold. Okay, so Lyme disease and mold illness are very commonly found together, right? They're very common in a lot of people. Mold illness and Lyme disease kind of go hand in hand, if you will. And the thing is that mold illness is very similar to the Lyme disease infections. You know, mold illness causes inflammation and cellular dysfunction within the body. Does that sound familiar? You know, so it also causes the immune system to act all wacky and crazy like we know that Lyme disease does as well. So the thing is, a lot of people go, find out they have Lyme disease, but instead it's actually mold. Or they find out they have mold illness, but instead it's actually Lyme disease. And then a lot of people, of course, have both, in which case, there needs to be steps taken against both of these things in order to heal. So in other words, it's a good idea to get tested for mold if you're diagnosed with Lyme disease. And if you're diagnosed with mold illness, you might want to get tested for Lyme disease. And this is especially true if you know that an area in your home has mold in it. The thing is, when either Lyme or mold conditions are present in the body, the other becomes more susceptible, right? So that means if you have Lyme disease, you're much more susceptible to get mold illness, and if you have mold illness, you're much more susceptible to get Lyme disease. So they kind of help each other out inside the body, and it causes for a harder fight for us to fight off the Lyme disease, fight off the mold illness, So it's something to think about. It's something to check into, whether or not you have mold illness along with your Lyme disease. Some lucky people have an extreme immune reaction to mold right away. They start to feel dizzy, they start to feel spacey and vertigo-ish, and they start to feel strange, and they realize they have to get out of the moldy environment. So they do. So these people are lucky, but there's other people that can go a long time without noticing any type of symptoms, and what happens is the mold is then collected in the body, and it starts to colonize within the lungs, within the sinuses, within the gut. Okay, so what happens then is once the mold colonizes and spreads, it tries to make its way to the best possible place in the body for mold, which is the bowels. It's nutrient rich, it's dark, and it's moist. That's where they want to make it, but in the meantime they release mycotoxins into the bloodstream, which affect the rest of the body, the immune system, and really wreaks havoc within the body. And then it causes brain fog, lack of energy, and a host of other nervous system and neurological problems. Okay? Does this sound familiar? It probably should. It's just like Lyme disease. And that's the scary part about it. It's just that Lyme disease is already complex. We have multiple infections. We have species, subspecies, and different strains of bacteria that can be causing it. Then you add on top of that, oh, by the way, it could be mold too. See, it's kind of frustrating that it's not easy to nail it down, but you know what? It's the reality of the situation. So we got to go forward knowing this as a fact, and bring it up to our doctors, bring it up to our healthcare providers, and let them know. So in my research, I found 3 steps to getting rid of the mold illness. And the first step is to get rid of the mold in the house, in the car, wherever the mold is. Get rid of it, or get yourself out of that space. Okay? Get yourself out of that house if there's mold in it, or fix the mold. That's the first step. The second step is to use a toxin binder to get rid of the mycotoxins that now are inside the body. There's lots of different toxin binders, and my favorite toxin binder is activated charcoal, and it works great. So that would be a good bet for getting rid of the mold toxins, the mycotoxins that are within the body. Third, you need to get rid of the mold that has colonized within your body. And the thing is, it depends where the mold is to what you're going to use to get rid of it. If it's in the gut, you can use colloidal silver, as many of you know help with Lyme disease as well. You can use some of that. If it's in the sinuses, you're gonna have to look for a certain nasal spray to help kill off the colonizing mold within the body. Mold is a serious part of Lyme disease, making it harder to heal when you're suffering from both. It's a possibility, and I just wanted to let you know to look out for mold and mold illness along with your Lyme disease. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Ryan Kearns here. If you want to heal your Lyme disease, but you don't want to take antibiotics, I have just the thing for you. I wrote this ebook. It's called Lyme Wars: How I Counterattack Lyme Disease Using Herbs, Nutrition, and Healthy Conscious Living. For the time being, it's actually completely free, and all you have to do is go to lifenutrition.com to get your free copy. It'll help you learn how you can use natural living in order to heal yourself from Lyme disease, and I hope you find it useful. Thanks so much for coming to check this out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.